everybody, welcome back to this Access. Satoshi, that's right here. In a few minutes, I'm going to go see the movie Michael. This one here is the autobiography of Michael Jackson, the king of pop himself. So we all know his history. Born in 1968 and then tragically passed away June 25th, I think it was, in 2009. This one here, let's see how it is. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of his greatest hits in there being sung. Of course, a look into his life, and always when it comes to autobiographies, Hollywood style, let's see how much of it is accurate and how much of it is exaggerated. All right, folks, so I'll be right back. All right, folks, movie is done. Time for our review of Michael. As you can see, last time to leave this there, let me just get my stuff out of here, and then we'll be heading on down. My coat and my popcorn and drink right here. All yours, thanks. All right. This long, or short hallway anyway. All right, trash is done right there. We're all set. Uh, let's go find a spot and get started with Michael review. All right, folks. So, let's see. Where do we start? Music-wise, a lot of songs I recognize them off the bat. There were some that I haven't heard in years. As soon as the tune hit, I mean, it was a core memory. They got unlocked. So, props for that right there. And they were all original recordings from the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson singing them. So at a bonus right there, it wasn't something that was redone as far as I could tell. Also based on the credits, it was all performed by them either live or the original studio recording. So bonus right there for that one. Okay. Of course, this takes place, you know, in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and visually right there, those of you that know me, history when it came to look at the time periods, also spot on. Also, one thing that kept intact, which is what I remember pretty much growing up, is the smoking, cigarette smoke. I mean, so many cigarettes, them smoking in the studios, in the hospitals, and other stuff like typical spot on history right there. So that was interesting right there, seeing that. I would have figured they would have at least not kept it that much. However, they wanted to be accurate to the time periods, and they did right there. So that's another little plus right there on that note right there. Story wise, of course, this follows Michael Jackson's life. So pretty much everything that's been documented through either books, other movies, TV shows, whatever else, or from family members also giving the recounts of various moments in the timeline itself right there. Of course, some of it, this being a movie, some of the stuff was indeed exaggerated or altered right there. And there is one alteration which was noticeable. A certain member of the family was not included in the movie. I have no idea why. I gotta go back and see or read what happened to that certain family member. Those that watch it will pretty much realize who it was that they get included. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out why. Maybe this person just didn't want to sign off on the movie or had something. However, the individual definitely would have added more to the story. So I know some of the scenes had to get modified due to the actual absence of such individual. I'm not saying who. Just go and watch the movie and you'll see who it is. All right. So cover the basis of that right there. Overall, I enjoyed it. Um, it was pretty much a good retelling of his career. Certain scenes were spot on because I remember watching them either TV or actually when it happened live on the news or whatever. One example would be the Thriller right there. It was about 99.9% spot on. What got me on that one was that when they did the behind the scenes or when they were doing the actual filming, I remember watching it in documentaries. So I knew what the original footage looked like. This one, it kind of me, it threw off the illusion seeing the how they redid it, and it didn't quite mesh seeing um, the way it came out. It just looked like a cheap knockoff when they did certain parts of Thriller right there. I mean, just best way to describe it without giving away too much on it on that note. So keep that in mind when you watch it. Even though I mean I did enjoy it, and that's one of the ones I do remember growing watching as a kid, especially during Halloween time. That has become an actual favorite right there. So I like that right there. So all in all, I'm gonna give Michael a 9.5 out of 10. Even though I gave it so many bonuses, the main one that got it back down was of course Thriller, which is something that I remember watching it as a kid right there. Also, I like how they did the nod to Vincent Price in there himself. His original movie, House of Wax, does do a small little appearance in there. And of course, we all know he is the voice or the actual narrator, I guess, in the Thriller music video himself right there. So props to him for doing that. So folks, if you get a chance, go ahead and check out Michael. It came out this weekend. Highly recommend it. If not, streaming will also be available. However, if you want to actually hear the music in the theater experience, check it out this weekend. Unless you have a theater experience or theater sound at home. So the other one is good. Personally, check it out. Theater, enjoy it. Listen to all the songs from his early days up until I think they stopped at 1988. Yeah, it was 88. So small spoiler right there. I don't know if they're gonna do part two. However, where they ended, it ended on a good note, which is what I like. So folks, from Backstage Access, this is Satoshi Matane.